Charles B. Tripp, born without arms, used his feet to write, paint, and do woodworking, while Eli Bowen, born without legs, performed and moved using only his upper body. On Halloween, children are wearing period-typical Halloween costumes, often consisting of thin plastic masks and matching plastic capes, while riding on a school bus. A giant pyramid made from thousands of German Pickelhaube helmets captured by the Allied forces. A U.S. nuclear test, capturing the moment a few millionths of a second after an atomic bomb is detonated. An Asian man with long fingernails. Wearing long nails was a sign of high social status, indicating he belonged to the upper class, an official, or a scholar who did not engage in manual labor. People are manually sifting grain using traditional methods. Two men in the cart are street vendors wearing special outfits completely covered with peanuts. A wooden crate filled with wedding rings, watches, and other valuable personal belongings, confiscated from victims of the Holocaust before they were executed. 4 girls are posing at Chicken Bone Beach, a beach where African Americans were restricted to during the era of racial segregation. A solemn burial at sea ceremony for U.S. sailors. The sailors being buried were killed in kamikaze attacks by Japan the previous day during the Philippines campaign. 3 women wearing Jean Margain Lacroix designs at the Longchamp racecourse in Paris in 1908, causing a scandal for rejecting rigid corsets and emphasizing natural body curves. The Empire State Building is a 102-story Art Deco skyscraper located at the intersection of Fifth Avenue and West 34th Street in New York City. The Deutsche Palästina Bank was established in the late 19th century to support German economic interests in the Middle East. The exhaustion and grief of a soldier after 36 continuous hours of fighting during the Battle of Peleliu. Jackie the Lion posed for the famous Roaring Lion logo of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer in 1928. A French woman is walking down the street, holding a long baguette in one hand and carrying a basket with 6 bottles of wine in the other. The first self-service gas station, Gaseteria, in Los Angeles in 1948, where a gas station attendant is spending free time knitting. The child of a coal miner is holding a pipe in one hand and a gun in the other, while crawling through a small opening in a door, commonly called a cat hole. Workers are sorting and packing potatoes at markets in Sydney. The square afro hairstyle. This hairstyle was created by hairstylist Philip Mason. Barbers commonly use straight razors to shave and trim customers' hair in a barber shop. A man with a thick beard is ironing clothes while his elderly mother stands beside him, creating a thoughtful and intimate atmosphere. Inside Amiens Cathedral in France, massive sandbag walls were built around the choir area to protect the cathedral's valuable artwork and architecture from destruction by artillery bombardment. Cyclists sharing a cigarette during the Tour de France in 1920. A simple public restroom for men, made of slate and cast iron. An everyday moment of men standing beside a car with an iconic Coca-Cola sign in the distance. Schoolchildren in France were commonly served wine, beer, or cider during lunch breaks, sometimes in amounts of up to half a liter per day. A mounted soldier is jumping over a table where his fellow soldiers are sitting and eating at an outdoor dining table. A casino security surveillance system. Security personnel walk inside these passageways and observe the casino through two-way mirrors installed in the ceiling. The vibrant fashion and culture of young people in London. Behind the woman is a building belonging to Barclays, a well-known British bank. A child is sitting on the front steps of a house and interacting with a small cat. Anne Frank, the famous Jewish diarist known for documenting her life in hiding during World War II. The personal belongings of Mahatma Gandhi displayed on an outdoor wooden table at Birla House in New Delhi after his death in 1948. A busy urban area of Boston, featuring historic landmarks such as the Old South Meeting House and Washington Street, photographed from a hot air balloon called Queen of the Air. Fanny Cochran Smith is recording songs for ethnographic research and cultural preservation, using an Edison phonograph to capture her voice on wax cylinders. Bobbin boys replaced bobbins and repaired broken threads on spinning machines, often working barefoot in dangerous conditions. The Pickle Sisters, a vaudeville performance group, were famous for their unique costumes designed to resemble pickles, featuring tall green jeweled hats and matching green jeweled dresses. An undercover police officer in disguise in Brooklyn, participating in an operation aimed at reducing high crime rates, particularly targeting muggers and sex offenders, by blending into crowds while wearing disguises. Two men are collecting scrap and rags. A two-wheeled cart piled high with collected waste is being pulled by an older man and pushed by a younger man. Multiple biplanes flying over Portland in 1920. This is not an image of a real event. It was created by combining multiple negatives into a single image to produce a dramatic and imaginative scene. A hotel telephone operator at Many Glacier in Glacier National Park. Artists C.A. Corwin and E. Edgerton are working on a large mural. The massive painting depicts a rural landscape with a farm and livestock. A farmer wearing overalls is holding a harvesting basket. A grain cradle is a specialized tool used for cutting and gathering grain crops such as wheat. A group of people with an automobile in a rural setting. The car is a large touring vehicle from the early 1920s, distinguished by its wooden spoke wheels. Wheat harvesting with a steam-powered threshing machine, which was moved from farm to farm to separate grain from straw. A mechanical corn harvester is being used. These machines were designed to separate ears of corn from the stalks and lift them into a wagon alongside the machine. The Chicago race riot of 1919, a major outbreak of racial violence targeting African Americans. A pastry shop in Padstow, where a young girl is looking through the display window at the pastries inside the shop. A frightened 16-year-old German anti-aircraft soldier shortly after being captured by American forces in 1945. Harvesting Jaffa oranges, a citrus variety that became a global symbol of the region's agriculture, and even appeared on the table of Queen Victoria in the 19th century. U.S. 5th Marine Division soldiers aboard a military transport ship, enduring cramped conditions with tightly stacked canvas bunks. The first day of the war, people in Moscow gathered on 25th of October Street, now Nikolskaya Street, to listen to public loudspeakers announcing Germany's invasion of the Soviet Union. Boys playing tug-of-war in a match involving both children and adults at an Aboriginal settlement in Western Australia. A man and a child are riding bicycles along a tree-lined road. The man is wearing a beret, while the child is balancing 2 baguettes on the bicycle seat. A hooded, handheld hairdryer. This model features a hood connected to the heating unit through a hose, allowing hair to be dried, hands-free. Gang members cover their faces with hats to avoid being photographed during Al Capone tax evasion trial in Chicago in 1931. A street in Aliquippa in 1941. The houses on the right are traditional worker housing, while the brick building in the background once served as a community hall for local immigrants. A 16-year-old girl is being escorted by police after being arrested for the Cleveland Elementary School shooting in California in 1979. She fired shots from her home across the street from the school. Helen Konek is entering her snow house. The snow house was built by Konek's father using tightly packed blocks of snow and ice. Thomas Dilworth was a short-statured American entertainer who gained fame for performing in all-white stage troupes during the era of racial segregation. This image shows people wearing masks during the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. A busy Italian-American cafe located on McDougal Street in New York City, featuring an ornate espresso machine prominently displayed on the counter. 3 boys are playing together in a wagon, showing childhood friendship and unity. Actress Betty White is at her home in Los Angeles with her poodle named Danny in a simple dining area. Inside a cafe located in the Les Halles district of Paris, an electric Seeing New York tour bus is parked in front of the Flatiron Building. The Amphicar Model 77, produced in the 1960s, was driven by U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson. An automatic car wash basin used for cleaning vehicles. Drivers drive in circles inside a shallow concrete basin to remove mud and dirt from the undercarriage and wheels. A pilot flying a biplane passing a monument. This demonstration was a protest against a military order requiring pilots to march on foot in an upcoming victory parade instead of flying overhead. The award-winning child is holding 2 large silver trophies from the America's Most Beautiful Child competition. An auto-thriller highway designed for drivers to navigate a series of speed bumps. A former NASA and U.S. Air Force engineer, Johnson accidentally invented a high-powered water gun while attempting to develop an eco-friendly heat pump. Members are participating in a physical exercise class with a hardwood floor and wooden wall-mounted bars. Workers involved in the response to the Chernobyl disaster in 1986, entering radioactive water beneath the burning reactor to prevent a second explosion that could have caused an even greater catastrophe. A hospital ward in Berlin, where a patient is wearing an early set of headphones, likely to listen to the hospital's radio broadcast. A women's baseball team posing together with equipment such as bats and gloves. U.S. Navy sailors are peeling potatoes aboard the USS Arkansas as part of their daily routine duties. Farmers are weighing and loading sacks of grain, possibly wheat or corn, onto a horse-drawn wagon. A young couple is posing for a wedding photo on the prairie in Nebraska. A man is hiding a puppy behind his back to surprise a boy, just seconds before happiness arrives. A blind woman in New York City, a street vendor in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. A family with a horse-drawn carriage near a rustic store with old-style gas pumps and wooden structures typical of rural roadside shops. A 4th of July parade in New York City featuring a drum and fife corps marching with various flags. Medical staff are treating a patient at a U.S. Navy hospital in New Orleans during the 1918 influenza pandemic. 3 women in Paris are observing the solar eclipse on April 8, 1921. They are using homemade viewing devices to safely watch the sky during the partial eclipse. A young girl is drawing water from a cast-iron public water fountain, a Born Fontaine, into a glass bottle on a hot summer day. A main dirt road in a small town with mostly 1- or 2-story wooden buildings featuring false front facades. Jacques Plante, the goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens, became the first NHL player to regularly wear a mask after suffering a facial injury in 1959. American painter Helen Henderson Chain brought her painting supplies into the forests and mountainous regions of Colorado to paint landscapes outdoors with her family. A wooden grain warehouse with a prominent exterior staircase. In the foreground, horse-drawn wagons loaded with grain are parked next to a rail car marked Minneapolis and St. Louis. Boys are selling fruit and vegetables from a horse-drawn wagon. Jumping with joy, a moment of celebration and elation, reflecting the mood of the people of Australia at the end of World War I. A drinking water fountain providing water for drinking and cooking before modern water supply systems were widely used. A young soldier in uniform stands next to the regiment's mascot, a large Irish wolfhound. A boy is sitting on a farmall tractor, a popular type of tractor used for row crop farming. A woman and a child are inside a vintage automobile. A man is riding a horse on a street in New York City with an elevated train track above. Workers in Western Australia in 1962 took part in a competition where they shoveled asbestos into containers, exposing themselves to toxic dust. A tow truck from Tucumcari Motor Company in New Mexico.